What's up, guys? I'm SaltEMike, and this is your Star Citizen Week in Review for October 4th, 2021. It's CitizenCon week, so we don't have a lot to talk about. CitizenCon is on October 9th, Saturday, so they're really saving anything they would have said this week for that. We got a really good look at bombs, though, and I have some opinions about it, and I'm really going to earn the name SaltEMike this week. All that and more on today's Week in Review. And as always, if this is your first week in review, this is where I take all of the official news coming out of Star Citizen and Cloud Imperium games and inserting my opinions in there as well. Also, if you have not yet, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/SaltEMike every day but Monday, so I can get this video out to you guys. And a lot of you guys have been stopping by from the YouTube channel saying you love the YouTube channel. I don't really watch Twitch, and just letting you know that feels really good and I really appreciate it. So thank you guys. Now, patch notes wise, we don't have a lot. There's just 3.15 is still under NDA, and we're just kind of waiting for it to come in the public eye. I assume that is going to be after CitizenCon. So we're going to jump right into video updates, actually, and ISC. So we had a bombing featurette, and they start out with a lot of reasons why they made bombs, but in general, I feel like the use cases are obvious, right? Bombing ground vehicles, things like that, ships that are landed. So let's get into how we use bombs.
So we put bombs in operator mode, which is very, very similar to missiles, apart from when you have bombs selected on your ship, you will get your bomb UI. We've got the visual space in front of you, which allows you to see where your bomb will drop if you drop at any point. But we've also given you an option to create a reference point, and that will allow the UI on the hood itself to tell you where to move to. And then when you're flying towards this, it will tell you whether you need to speed up, move left and right. And then as you move towards it, you'll see a circle. And this gives you the reference point of where the bomb's going to drop.
I think this UI is awesome. I love the reference point thing, and you can also really tell how work on docking is starting to improve the game across the board. Really awesome. So, you know, the work on the UI for that is really adding more to the game now, and I love it. Their next thing is their future plans for bombing.
But in some future patches, we're looking at, supporting a full bombing station on the A2, for example. And this can include things like, a remote camera looking down at the bomb, which will hopefully, in terms of our goals with this, is to move the advantage from the pilot being the person that controls the bomb to the bomber station, because we want people to have these roles on these ships, that really make a difference.
Okay, I obviously love their plans for bombing, but there's not much to argue with here, right? But do you guys remember a few weeks back with the Squadron 42 prioritization with the actor feature team and Richard Tyrer? I'm going to stand by my guns. I think all of the games should be developed this way. Create a feature, find use case for it, make it work in the game, then deliver it. With bombs, it's very tier 0. One ship. Only the pilot. No missions. It's not that I'm, never satisfied or I'm always salty. I hold CIG to a high standard. They're making a lot of money. They're doing a lot of selling of spaceships, and you'll hear me be really salty about some of that stuff later in the show. I hold them to a high standard to deliver basic functionality. When you deliver bombing, deliver a bombing mission. When you deliver bombing, it shouldn't only be with one ship. Maybe the co-pilot should be able to use it. Right? These are things, use bombing to make co-pilots more useful. It just comes down to this. I don't expect it in 3.15 to be fully featured. I don't want it in 3.15. I want to do what Richard Tyrer said. If it would have made it into 3.15 in a tier 0 state, we're going to flesh it out and deliver it to you later in a much more useful and fun and enjoyable video game experience. That's what I would say about bombing and future updates from anything of Star Citizen. I'm patient. Believe it or not, it might not sound like it, but I've been here for 10 years, and I'm patient. That's it. I just want things to be enjoyable when they come in. I'm really tired of seeing things come into the game and then just not be used anymore, not be worked on, not be useful. We could do better, and I think that's just really how I feel about everything. And it sucked to hear what Richard Tyrer said, that things are going to take, we're not going to see them as early, but I hope that it's more fun. And yeah, I just don't see myself utilizing bombing at all. I don't have an A2, and there's no missions to do it with, and yeah, it's just kind of a bummer. Now, moving on, they did a patch report, and honestly, guys, we've touched on 3.15 for months now on this channel, and I would normally say, go back and watch my past videos, but that's not really easy to do for a new subscriber or anybody who just got here and is just finding out about Star Citizen and somehow came across this channel. Well, hello if you're here, but they explained what is going to be in 3.15. So we start out with medical gameplay, the addition of downstate. So instead of instantly dying and respawning, you now can go down and your friends have the ability to get you back up. New injuries related with that, and new treatments for those injuries as well. For those injuries, we're going to need hospital locations. So they put some in at New Babbage and at Orison, and I think the rest stops as well, and we're going to see more coming in the future. They had an inventory revamp, so we now have basic functionality inventories for players, NPCs, ships, and locations, and an asset manager to track where your stuff is. They're also going to be generating loot boxes all around the verse. This is kind of a big one, the next one. New infiltrate and defend missions. New mission types with multiple modifiers to keep them fresh. We've never had that before. This is actually a first for the game. Some modifiers mentioned were avoiding security, wave-based missions, prevent the destruction of an item, and possibly more. Then the aforementioned Hercules A2, and that comes with bombing, as we discussed. Arena Commander map improvements. We have no idea what this is still, really, other than a map improvement. We don't know if the game mode has changed at all, but I'm interested in seeing what happens. And then an Orison location update. There's going to be a showroom for Crusader and a ship customization location, but it looks more like a ship component shop now, so who knows what's going on with that. Then, guys, moving on to other updates, this is where the saltiness is going to come in. We had maintenance that was performed on the platform with no issues on Tuesday and was right back up. Then we had a Galactapedia update. The main post was about Opera Mushroom. It's a mushroom that emits a sound in the game, and who knows, maybe we'll see that somewhere one day. The rest is just more locations that we still have to read about while playing in a solitary system for the 5th year in a row. Sneak peek. This is a trip mine close-up. We've seen this for a while now, but this is a good look at it. Then the Concierge update. This one is classic CIG. Concierge members are going to be able to swap around ships much more freely than they did before. Because staring at your imaginary fleet is better than playing the game at the moment. But more importantly, even if they melt a game package, they spent over $1,000 on the game, they're always going to have access to Star Citizen. That's a good thing, And apparently, Squadron 42 is not part of that, and that's a little telling at the timeline of Squadron 42, I think. But yes. And even better, they're going to hire more people to deal with all the ticket requests to swap around ships, so people can look at their imaginary fleet that they can't fly. Like, anyone else think this is insane? The money that is spent and the resources that are spent on a group of players that are only grouped together because they spent too much money on a video game. I am part of those people. I'm not trying to make fun of the fact that we spent over $1,000 on a video game. I'm just saying the effort put into and the rewards given are, I think they're not healthy. I've talked about this before. I think it creates an echo chamber having a concierge forum. We saw a lot of issues with the Carrick not winning the ship showdown and the salt from that. It was nuts. Now, you may think that this is all normal. Hey, we spent a lot of money, we should get rewards. For me, this is insane. A Caterpillar price increase. So check this out. They put out a ship that's better than the Caterpillar, the Hercules C2, in terms of carrying ability, and then raise the price of a $300+ ship because they said the value of the ship in game is higher now. Are we really justifying the pricing of a pledge for a video game to the project off of its usefulness in the game? That is literally paying to win. Like, this is a joke. Like, if you're not making enough on Spaceship CIG, I really feel like we should have focused on reaching out to a larger audience and making the actual video game experience maybe a little bit more enjoyable instead of the dumpster that we've been playing for the last couple of years. Bottom line, it's just really tough to see those things. I already have a Caterpillar. This doesn't affect me at all, but it affects the optics, and it affects future backers, and it looks bad. It looks bad. Speaking of more looking bad, Halloween 2021. They're offering the same green paint as last year on more ships this year, which is cool. The helmet is a contest as well. It's only the Benny Hill helmet, but it's nothing like we got it last year. They're not going to have a PvP event. All we have to do is walk into Jumptown. No goals, no achievements, nothing. Last year's event wasn't great. How toxic it was on either side of the community, myself included, but this seems too simple. I really enjoyed last year's event, was hoping for an improvement. We also have the same bear helmets from last year at a discount if you buy them all, which I think was a thing last year as well. And this is where I really start to get upset. This is a live service game, right? Each event for a holiday is kind of where MMOs and live service events put some effort into. They do something cool. Same paint, same helmet, no improved event. Not good. Not good. On a positive note, the pumpkin carving contest is also back. So doing the same thing isn't so bad all the time. This really showcases how talented some members of the community are. It's crazy, some of these pumpkins. And lastly, a cave runners contest, which is like a speed run through a cave, which should be pretty cool. You have to record it, post it on YouTube, and send it in by a certain date. Details will be in the description. The link will be in the description for the post down below. Also, there's a CitizenCon watch party contest. Post your watch party, and you can get a chance to win an Astro Gaming headset that's a Xenothreats theme, which is pretty neat. And then CitizenCon is going to be on YouTube at the time it is released. So all of the panels are going to get put out on YouTube, released in 4K, which you can watch on your own time. It's great because I have to work on that day, and I also have to work the next day too. So answer the call. I know we didn't do it this week. Next week, it's going to be a very early one. It's going to be a quick one. So I really don't get to watch as much of these things as possible. So I'm going to have to wake up really early, watch all the CitizenCon event, and then share my thoughts with you and others on CitizenCon on Sunday. So we will do an answer the call, but it's going to be a weird one. All right. That's it for this video, guys. So I do apologize for not doing an answer the call this week. I'm enjoying a video game. New World is a lot of fun. I've been playing it, and I just wanted to play it and not, we didn't really have much to talk about anyway, right? So thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you hit subscribe for more weeks in review. Hit a like on this as well if you did enjoy the video, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought about anything we discussed here. I was pretty opinionated today, so I'm expecting some pushback on my opinions in the comments, as well as maybe some people agreeing. We'll see. I just want Star Citizen to be great. That's it. I just want it to be great, and I just don't think delivering useless features is helpful. So thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next week.